looking for Zuka. And here we go. Family size. Hey guys, Hafa Adai. Welcome to another week-long review of a gig ride-along. So this week I'm actually just jumping forward just a little bit. Took a small family vacation with my eldest daughter and her kids to celebrate her twin daughter's birthday. So we kind of had a short week there at one point in March. So this week is actually going to be covering the middle part from the 18th through the 24th. But what's going to be also different about this one is that it's Spark Week. Kind of like how they have Shark Week. Well, this one is Spark Week, where majority of what we made for the week was through Spark. Of course, we did have other little fishies in there with DoorDash, UberEATS, Instacart, and even Favor. So I do hope that you'll continue watching my video, see what happened, just like in the previous ones, you know, with all the good, fantastic stuff, you know, with the offers, and then the not so great things that happened throughout the week. So hang in there and let's see what happened. Are you kidding me? This is an Instacart order. Look at that. 65 items. Water, 2 cases of other drinks. 65 items to go 0.7 miles. For $9.58. Are you out of your mind? And then, of course, look at that. No tip. Are you crazy? I mean, is anybody really going to take the chance to see if this, you know, may get a cash tip? But 65 items at a Costco for $9.58 and no upfront tip. Oh boy. Good morning. It is the start of a new week. It's our first accepted offer and it's here on Favor. It's a place and pay, so I have to make the order, but it's one item, 5-pound max, I believe. So let's get in here and get this done. Okay, so I mistook, or my husband misheard me when he thought I was saying mat, but that's the item we have to get here at Home Depot. Cha-ching! Okay, finally accepted a somewhat decent offer. It's a stacked offer for Ike's and Taco Bell. Let's see if her order's ready. I got an order for Katie, DoorDash. Yay, I love it when they're ready. Have a good one. Alright, part 2 of the stacked offer. Let's see if I get lucky with this one. It's ready. Nope. Spark. How do they want us to be able to work hard for these incentives when all they do is find any little way to short you the money that you're working for? This would be at least the 3rd time now that we get paid less than the amount that it says we're going to get. My husband got another one of those incentives where you complete 5 trips to get $100. And what we calculated and what they calculated, it was a difference of $28. And when we tried to speak to a representative, yeah, all they tried to do was explain how the incentive worked. And apparently, you know, it shows that it's still processing, although we got paid for the incentive. It was just $28 and some change less than what we expected. Okay, so we weren't exactly off to a great start with the issue with Spark. That day ended up being a short day, with it being Monday. And that was because of some of the issues that we came across with Spark and not getting paid what we should be. You know, the issue with still getting paid properly for the return that we did, being told several different times and from different representatives, as you saw from that small clip that I had gotten from that conversation. And then, of course, getting stiffed on our incentive, or should I say my husband's incentive. I mean, like I said in that clip, how are we supposed to work hard to make these incentives if they're just going to turn around and find whatever reason to shorten it? A couple of dollars is one thing, but again, $20, you know, that's a big deal. And no, we still didn't get paid that. But it was just too much of a headache, you know, just to even try and talk to them about it. And we didn't want to give any more reason for them to look at our, you know, our account and find, you know, an issue. Now let's see if Wednesday is going to be any better. All right, so Wednesday, a lot better day. Those are days that I wish that we would get on a more consistent basis. We ended up doing a total of about 16 offers, or at least accepting 16 offers that day, with 10 of that coming straight from Spark, and the others was from UberEATS. But we did over $200. Yes, we ended up working just over 8 hours, but that was okay. You know, whenever we can make $200 or more, that's always a good day. And now let's see what Thursday is going to bring. Okay, so this Thursday shift sure didn't get off on the right foot. First offer of the day is on UberEATS, pretty decent for a Shipley Donuts, and I get there, and come to find out I'm the second person to try and pick up this order. So I go ahead and cancel it, but before I do, I reach out to the customer to let them know what was going on. And they said that their order was stolen, so they're trying to place it again. So I'm thinking that maybe I might get this order, so I go back into the donut shop, and as soon as I start to say something, the owner or manager, whoever he was, he starts talking at me with an attitude. And I say that because you can hear the tone in his voice, and he's waving his hand in my face. And as soon as he said his piece, he just walks away. And I stood there for a second before I said, look, I'm just the messenger. You don't have to get the attitude with me. And I walk out. I mean, seriously, just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you take it out on the wrong person. Okay, so Thursday, it wasn't as good as Wednesday, as we didn't make the $200 mark. But of course, the start of that day, as you saw, I mean, you know, as I asked in that clip, you know, what would you do? How would you have responded? You know, you start your day, and the next thing you know, you're getting attitude from someone who's working in the restaurant that has nothing to do with you, but wrong time, whatever, wrong place. But still, you know, I didn't deserve that. And again, you know, what would you have done in that place? But now let's see if Friday is going to be a good day and free of drama. Alrighty, we are here on another Spark offer. It's a Sunday afternoon, late afternoon, but it's like our 6th offer between my husband and I. Saturday. Did I say Sunday? Then it's actually a Saturday afternoon. 2 items. One's a laptop, less than a mile for almost 20 bucks. So yeah, let's get in there and get to shopping. Okay, on another shopping order for Spark at a different Walmart. We're here in Coppers Cove, which is a little further away than the ones that we wrap and clean. And this one's only 10 items, less than a mile, just over $17. Okay, back here at Shipley's Donuts for another UberEATS, 3.3 miles, and it said $33. So I'm really hoping it's not going to be another case of the stolen order, but of course, I didn't even think a donut place would still be open on a Saturday night. Hi, I'm here on an UberEATS order for Noah. Last order of the night is here at good old DQ. No, I've got a UberEATS for Tanya. So I ended up skipping over Friday because although it wasn't a bad day, we did over $150. I wanted to just jump straight and go over what we did on Saturday. As you saw with a handful of clips that was in there, it was a busy day. We ended up working 9 hours, and we also ended up setting a record for ourselves in reference to how much we made in one day. And we ended up doing 17 offers, or at least accepting 17 offers. And out of the 17, only 2 of that were UberEATS in that area. So between my husband and myself, I'm sorry, there was also one small Instacart offer, as you saw, where that part was interesting, where they ask you to say happy birthday to the person that you're dropping an order off to. And she was actually sitting out on the porch with a parrot. Kind of startled me for a second there when I walked up, but you know, I was originally thinking that I was going to play the happy birthday song and just say happy birthday, but I don't know. I just ended up, when my husband and I walked up just so we can both say it to her, you know, we ended up saying surprise, happy birthday, you know, because she wasn't the one who ordered it. It was one of her friends that was, or I believe it was her sister, that was just trying to cheer her up. So that was actually pretty sweet. But on top of that, you know, it again, you know, how many offers we ended up accepting, and majority of them was on Spark because it is Spark Week. But drum roll, please. We ended up making $300. And I'll say we actually broke the $300 mark because it was we did 310 cents on that day. And part of that also, you know, we there was incentives. So we did end up getting part of that. I think it was just over $20 that came from incentives. But hey, you know, if it helps us to get to the $300 mark. I mean, again, it did take us 9 hours of actual, you know, working. From the time that we started to the time we got home was actually closer to 10 and a half hours, really, 10 and a half, 11 hours. So yeah, Saturday, you know, that was a long day. Now let's see if we're going to get just as lucky on Sunday. Happy Sunday. First offer, accepted offer of the day. It is on UberEATS. It's just over 3 miles for $12. So let's see if it's ready.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, from Minnie? Okay, thank you.
Cha-ching!
All right, pickup number 2 on UberEATS. There's a couple of orders there ready. Let's see if Jamie's is one of them. Thank you. You too. Oopsie. I've realized that it's a double pickup. Alright, so let's try this again. I actually had 2 pickups. The other one is Kiana. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
I think so too.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. All right, here at Walmart. But it's the first time accepting an offer from here. First offer on Spark. 6 items. It's less than a mile or $11. So let's get to shopping. Alright, I finally got another offer. Second one on Instacart. 5 items, 1 customer, 3 miles. I think it was just over $13. But there's also a couple of incentives going on. This one will only qualify for 1 of them, which if I get 2, I get an additional $6. Woo! All right, let's get to shopping. I didn't like that. I am done. And looks like someone's having spaghetti for dinner.
Cha-ching!
So before I talk about how we did on Sunday, I meant to also ask, because it's something that's been going on. If you are a Dasher, if you're using DoorDash, if you're having any issues with the app, and here's a small clip of what I'm talking about. It's to the point where the offer comes in, the screen goes blank, and sometimes it's the time that it does it, like it did in that clip, it's just a couple of seconds. But then sometimes it's long enough, the next thing you know, I'm getting the text message saying that I missed an order. And that's been going on for a while, at least a couple of weeks. And I haven't reached out to support about it yet, but I did, what do you call that? Delete it off my phone. And then I reloaded it and I restarted my phone. Some of the other things that they typically say to do if you're having any issues with the app, to hopefully, reboot it or something like that. And, but it's still doing it. So I'm just curious, if you do DoorDash, are you experiencing that same thing? Have you reached out to support and if they have done anything to really fix it? And then, of course, I'm wondering, it doesn't do it all the time. There are days that I go without, any issues. And I'm wondering if it's because I'm multi-apping. And I multi-app all the time. Even when we're doing Spark, I try to have Instacart on, UberEATS if it's available, and especially DoorDash if it's available at that time. And sometimes it does it, and then sometimes it does not. So I don't know. I mean, is it because there's multiple apps on that it causes that problem to where the screen goes blank and I can't see the offer and then I end up missing it? For the most part, more than half the time I end up missing it. And then sometimes, it actually comes back on and I have enough time to respond whether I want to accept the offer or decline it. So let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know if there's any fixes that I can do other than, of course, not multi-apping. So how did we do on Sunday? So on Sunday, I am sad to say that we didn't have a great day like we did on Saturday. I mean, it was still good. We did almost $200. And we didn't work as long, so I'm probably thinking, that could be the reason why we didn't make as much. I mean, we only actively worked about 7 hours, and we did just a little under $200. And again, most of that came from working on Spark. So how did we do for the week? If I haven't already mentioned it in any previous videos and even, going live, I pretty much do this as a full-time. And I work anywhere from 30 to 40-something hours in a week. And working anywhere to 4 to 6 days a week. And it's not our only income. I mean, at least for me. I mean, for my husband. He is retired, so he does have some pay that's already coming in. So we do have already income. And this is a supplement, but it's still kind of like a full-time. And that just works for me. I don't know if, I've seen videos about people talking about gig work should not be full-time. But of course I do have people who argue that, why not? It's, I see all the benefits, and then of course there are some cons to it on if this really is a sole income for you. And if you have no other money coming in, I can definitely see that could be some issues, because if you watched any of my other previous videos, I've hurt myself. I fell and I missed out on a day's work. Or even if it's something that you plan ahead and you're taking a little family vacation, even if it's just for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, that's money. Those are days that you're not making money, and it makes an impact if it is your sole income. So, but again, if your market, is hot and you're making the money, I personally don't see that, why gig work can't be a full-time job. But again, ultimately, like when it comes down to choosing on whether you're going to accept an offer or decline it, that is based on what's going to be best for yourself, makes sense for you. So, but again, as Saturday was our record-breaking day, the week also was a record for us. When we did end up working 6 days, but again, one of those days was really more of a half day. But I'll just put a quick clip here, or a screenshot, I guess, of how we did for the week in reference to our total for the week, how many hours, how many offers we accepted, and so forth. But it was still a very good week. And I just hope that we will continue being blessed and being lucky to get fantastic weeks as this one was. But ultimately, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I do hope that you watch the entire thing so that way you can see what happened. And if you haven't already done so, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and then don't forget to hit that bell so that way you know when I've uploaded videos or even doing a live video. And another thing that I want to talk about real quick is about being safe out there. This past week, twice, my husband and I came real close Once when he was driving, another time was when I was driving. You know, people pulling out in front of you, or people changing lanes at the last second. I mean, especially if you're on a highway and you're traveling 70 plus miles an hour, that doesn't give you a lot of reaction time when someone decides, oh, I'm going to change lanes at the last second, you know, and not paying attention to the fact that you have a car, you know, heading up your rear. So please be safe out there. You know, let's get out there. Let's make that money, but make sure we are coming home in one piece. So until next time, adios for now.